I'm with my main man, Mr. Tony Rivers. Tony, how are you doing?
How are you?
Really good to meet you.
Good to see you on you, man. Welcome to Wales.
Yeah. No, mate, it's my first time in Cardiff and I'm so happy to be here. With the main man himself, Mr. Tony Rivers. And if you don't know, he's a co-writer of a book called Magnetic, which is an amazing book on Stone Island, Bonneville, CP Company, and its inception during the 80s and the early 90s. And it's been, it's got a lot of acclaim. So I'm here to meet the man himself and he's going to show me around Cardiff. And this is going to be a good video, guys. You are going to, if you're a Stone Island fan, you are really going to enjoy this one. So less from me, more from Tony. Let's get straight into it.
We'll give you a potted history of Cardiff menswear and South Wales in general.
I would love that.
Yeah. This is Morgan Arcade.
Morgan Arcade.
Yeah, this was one of the hubs years ago. Still is, you know, but in our genre, late 80s, early 90s, which we delve into with Magnetic.
Okay.
Yeah, this was thriving with several independents. Now there's only a couple left, unfortunately, but it's 125 years old, this arcade.
125 years?
Yeah, this year. So I'm not sure if they're doing any celebrations, but they should
do.
They should do, yeah.
It's like, these are hidden gems, man. You know what I mean? This stuff like this needs to be, we need to see more of it.
Needs to be recognised a bit more, yeah.
100%. And earlier on, we saw this place. You said that you know.
Yeah, the Brogue Traders.
Yeah, this looks
a mate's brother, but yeah, it's doing really well. It's been here. It's been established for quite a while.
I love stuff like this, and even the store's got this real retro kind of feel to it. I feel like 70 years ago, this is how the aesthetic would have been. It's really nice. I love it.
Definitely, this is
really cool.
Yeah, it's quite a popular store.
Yeah. Are you a Brogue man yourself?
I've had Brogues in the past, but yeah, I'm more of a trainer, shoe type man. But yeah, they had a relationship with Cardiff City Football Club, so
Okay.
I think that might still possibly be going on. And ironically, Cardiff are 125 years old as well this year, so the same age as as Morgan Arcade. Perhaps they should have done a collaboration.
They should have done if they were clever.
I'll bring it up to them now.
Maybe you should be the man to set that off.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this architecture, man. I mean, I love buildings.
We'll come back to this store. We got to crack in the story.
Oh, you got something to tell me about this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to that.
So we walk down here first, and we'll head to Unit 17.
Unit 17.
Yeah, now Sean, who owns Unit 17, he's one of the last of the real proper independents, really, in Cardiff.
Okay.
Well, in South Wales, but
okay, and I'll be interested to meet the team.
Yeah, we'll go in and meet the boys.
This is Unit 17 store.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get in there.
Hello, boys. You met earlier.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you, man.
It is, yeah.
You've been here 21 months.
21 months we've been
That's really good, man. No, it's really inspiring to see you start something like this up. You know, because I was just saying to Tony, the industry is it's a tough industry, man.
It is hard.
How are you finding it?
Yeah, we're doing something. We are the only independent shop in South Wales doing what we're doing. So I think we just got to keep our head down, keep going. People can moan about it, but you only get out what you put in.
Facts.
So I think this is what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
If I can retire, maybe one day. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So be it. So yeah, let's just keep moving on. And,
what are some of the brands that you've got in?
So,
what do you guys specialise in?
Well, we've got Universal Works, which are a fantastic brand from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Portuguese flannel. Keston, we were just having a conversation about.
Yeah.
Nudie jeans.
This is nice. This is.
Yeah. Oh, Portuguese flannels, amazing. All made in Portugal.
Wow.
The quality is second to none.
Portugal has really become, it always has been, like a hub for manufacturing.
It really is.
A lot of the designers, they get their stuff made there.
So the likes of Universal Works and Keston, They're places where they get made. You can eat the floors. You can eat from the floor
Really?
because
Okay, so
it is the best, and the workers are paid right money as well.
So
yeah,
quality,
and it actually does show in the quality. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. Yeah, is bringing brands in where they're like the ethos is right behind them as well.
How do you know what brands to select for your audience?
It's just fingers crossed and hope for the best. No, it's you go to a showroom, you see what's trending, you see what people are buying into, and when people ask me for certain stuff, if we're in the showroom, if we know we can get certain brands, the hardest thing is in this business is finding who the distributors are for these brands. But once you're in, you can start getting around and getting the type of brands that you're looking for.
Yeah. You explained to me earlier on that you started off in one of these container village.
I did, yeah. Going back a couple of years now. Sadly, I was working. Well, sadly, it was amazing. I was working on a shop up the road and it closed down. Sadly, and then we opened up a little shop in a container village in Barry, in Good Sheds, and we just outgrew it.
And it took off?
It's this now. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The overheads are a lot more. Yeah. And you don't feel like you get a lot of support, but like I said earlier, you only get what you put in.
Yeah. 3 pieces that you think in store that are a bit stand out for you.
Oh well, it has to be this one. This is the last one we got, which
I noticed that one.
Yeah, from Uniworks.
Really nice. Reminded me of CP a little bit, that one.
Yeah, made in Scotland as well, this is. The fabric is tech fabric, it's 100% waterproof. It's amazing. Now, we always like to buy a piece in from per brand. This was the piece this summer from Universal Works.
Okay.
And it's the last one as well.
Yeah. Who doesn't, mate? Who doesn't?
Then obviously, got to show this piece from Keston, which the detailing's amazing.
Who's Keston? I've never heard of this one.
So Keston Hair is from Edinburgh.
Okay.
He was taught by Nigel Caborn.
Okay.
And he is now doing the new Henry Lloyd line.
Collab with Henry Lloyd, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he's done one with Birdhouse as well, didn't he?
Birdhouse, and he started off doing Marks and Spencers. He relaunched Marks and Spencers as well. Yeah, no, going back a couple of years.
Because Marks and Spencers menswear is doing really good at the moment, you know.
Keston.
To be honest.
So him itself, it's got such a big name.
Yeah, has always got to pick up a bit in M&S.
And what's great, he's got a Welsh connection because his mum's from Bridgend.
Okay, so you got the connection.
So
you got the story there. Look.
One more piece has got to be the best shoes in the game. Be Red Wing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The classics.
Still being handmade now.
Yep.
Now you will not get a better shoe.
Yeah. It takes about 18 months to wear it.
Yeah. But Christmas time, they're lifesavers. We sell a pair a day.
Wicked. No, wicked.
Yeah, they're lifesavers.
Really nice. I love your selection, and you clearly know your audience as well.
Yeah, it's down to price as well because we know people are struggling out there. So we can get brands in where people love, but they might only buy it on sale.
Yeah.
So you want to get brands in which it's affordable now or it's achievable.
Yeah.
It's not over the grasp. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do.
A lot of retailers that I speak to that are into the really premium stuff, they're having a bit of a tough time at the moment.
It is tough. So like we're up in London twice a year doing the buy-in, and when we talk to these brands, they're saying the bigger boys are struggling as well. Yeah. So it don't matter who you are, but then it's just getting your audience right.
That's right.
Cardiff is a working class city at the end of the day.
Brilliant. No, it's really cool, man.
I want to show you this as well. Everyday garments from one of our pals in Port Talbot. Well,
okay, so this is his, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Really nice.
He's got a really nice collection.
Everyday garments. Yeah. Nice. It's not easy to start your own brand, you know.
Made in Port Talbot as well. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had a vintage shop a few years ago, and above a mate was selling very similar labels to this.
Okay.
And Reigns was popular because it's quite reasonably priced. But I seen on Instagram the other day, have you seen that kid from New York? He goes around asking what people are wearing.
Probably, but
I'll link you up, and it's a good video. But he obviously got invited to a party. Kim Kardashian was there, and then Kanye West turned up.
And
Kanye West had a Reigns jacket on, so I bet Reigns were rubbing their hands with glee after that. So,
To be fair to them, Swedish brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair to them, the quality and the price point, and I was saying this to a mate, it's like no one really wants to sit in this accessible price point range anymore. Everyone
No,
just
that's
wants to be in this.
They've gone up slightly, I noticed, with the winter gear with the last couple of years, sure. Oh, he's gone. The winter gear the last couple of years, the puffer coats now, they put them up to like 300-400 quid, which was a lot more than what the RRP has been in the past.
79 quid, 80 quid.
Yeah,
that's, I think that's very reasonable, man.
Well, definitely, yeah.
I think that's very reasonable, man. And it looks good.
Yeah,
it's
a cool label.
Even this bag, I thought, I noticed that straight away.
Yeah,
and it reminded me, funny enough, you got the waterproof Stone Island bag. I got a very similar one to that, and it just reminded me of that.
Well, as we go into that, this is Julian and Joseph.
Good to meet you.
Nice
good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
So you guys are both collectors?
We are, yeah. Collected from Cardiff for maybe around 20 years. Been buying for about 40 years.
Really?
Long time football fan. First saw Stone Island 1988. Aladdin Cardiff.
Aladdin's?
No, Aladdin Cardiff.
Okay, Aladdin Cardiff.
Him wearing a pair of jeans in around 1988. First bought my own Stone Island probably in about 93. And
Can I ask what the price was for stuff back then?
jeans and a sweatshirt, I think the sweatshirt's maybe about 105. And then the not sort of crazy money. And then the first coat I bought was 250 down in Woodies, just down the corridor from where we're sat here now.
Would that have been considered a lot of money back then, at that time, for a jacket, do you think?
It would have, yeah, definitely. I can remember doing overtime with the council to pay for it. So yeah, £250 was a decent amount of money. Yeah, definitely. I do, yeah. It's on the rail there.
No way.
So,
We've got to see that.
I've still got that. So that is the.
So this is the first jacket you bought?
Yeah. Wow. So that is the Stone Island. Well, it's known as the Formula Steel. Whoa. It's a D-ring shimmer. I guess it's predominantly known for the D-ring on there.
Nice.
But
I remember Formula Steel came out early to mid-90s. A range of colours then, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we've got another one there with the sort of winter one then, if you like. So there's a lot more detail in those sort of winter pieces with the liner.
Yes.
95, 96 still?
94, 95 winter, and then the D-ring 95.
Look at
so
that
then
interior, man. Look at that.
The sort of woolen, sort of felt interior.
So nice. You don't
sort of pockets and detail.
You don't really see much from Stone Island with stuff like this nowadays, do you?
The details, they've stuck with the sort of liners, but you don't, perhaps the quality of the liners is unique.
I feel that
I know, you feel the weight of the coat as well.
Double materials and thick and, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Really nice.
Really nice.
Go through Julian's and then we'll get the Joes then.
Okay.
So you can have a look. So yeah, a few.
They very kindly brought these in.
Oh man, we really appreciate it. Yeah. So basically, this stuff is not in store usually. This is part of your collection.
I brought a few bits in. A few pieces.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
I have to thank my wife for driving it into town because I couldn't carry it all. That's for sure. It's around 99, 2000. The metal shell, blue,
look at that.
Pure metal shell, sort of sprayed finish.
Right. So was that one of the first? Forgive me.
First with a white badge. Yeah, definitely. First season with a white badge around. They did, yeah. That's it. So got silver, blue, and green. I was showing Joe earlier. I've got the lights on, but the fibre optic light jacket from 2002, 2003.
Stunning.
With the lights in the hood.
It's got the lights.
Yeah. So if you try and sort of hide it a little bit, you'll see the lights down. And
what's powering the light?
A battery pack inside there. So there we are. And there, battery pack. And
you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this. That is awesome, man.
So that's the fibre optic.
Germany eBay and Italian eBay were selling a lot of original Austin pieces, and they were giving it away. And Julian was one of many that we'd be vying with against each other.
Around 2003, buying from all over the world and getting some bargains in those days.
The Jules 99 football, I remember that tag on
Jules 69 football. Jules 69. Yeah, that's me. So Stone Island denims, sort of Ventile.
That's the Stellina. That's the Stellina.
It is. They brought it back, but that's so 20 years.
Look at that.
But I really like the label just because they obviously took the badge away and just went to the sort of little bit embroidered star.
Here we go.
First season. badge on the cuff, Telestella. So within the first 12 months anyway of Osti, 1980.
What an awesome piece.
So this is the one I was in Tony's book for. So Bonneville leather jacket, CP Company, 1990.
Right.
Bought in Cardiff, still own it, and yeah, it's Sean's favourite piece from the shop.
Right.
So, or certainly of my collection anyway. He does fancy a few of Joe's, but
and that's solid leather as
yeah,
well.
it's very heavy.
There's a feature on that with Julian Wen in the book, going to Happy Monday's gig in Paris and
Ellen Road up in Leeds. Yeah. So then, well, then the old duffel from 1990, the Montgomery is termed, but it's sort of the I think they call it the blanket jacket.
Yeah.
You've seen the Formula Steel, old denim, and then a couple of the overshirts from back in the day.
That's nice.
But with the details, I think it's the details inside that are always the are nice to see. You know, the sort of back in the day. Again with a sort of little pin badge.
Awesome. I think this is so awesome. Wow.
Jumper, asymmetric, and the old vintage jeans. With the
which they've now put
embroidered
in the
badge.
trainers, haven't they?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, in the toe of the that's right, in the tongue of the trainer.
Seeing these old pieces connects some of the newer pieces that I see.
Yeah.
So, for example,
definitely.
Like the Supreme done a collaboration recently with Stone Island, and they brought out a denim jacket, which I covered in a recent video, and it looks very much like this piece.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I thought all the collabs Stone Island done, the couple they've done with Supreme.
Yeah.
They did the helicopter jacket.
Yes.
And they did the camo.
And they did the toffee wrapper one as well recently.
I thought Supreme were really sus there. They knew what the time was.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
So,
They really went back into the archive, didn't they?
They did, and they picked out 3 or 4 real premium jackets there.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing. No, you're absolutely right. It was a clever move.
Got a story about the Stone Island Supreme camo. So I've sold it to Virgil Abloh when he was
Kanye
West style
about
agent.
10 grand for it.
He paid. I think he paid $13.50 for it. I think the retail was about $9.75. He paid $13.50, and I posted it to Chicago, but that's going back.
Really?
The first year of the collaboration, I guess.
How did that?
No idea. That was through eBay. So he obviously found it, paid without arguing, obviously, and whoever wore it, I don't know if it was for himself or whether it was for Kanye West. I've no idea, but that was my sort of a claim to fame at the time when I found out who he was later on, if you like.
You want to meet Kanye and ask him if he still got it?
I know, I was waiting to see in images if he wore it somewhere, you know what I mean? But
he's passed away now, hasn't he?
Oh, Virgil has, yes, he has,
passed
unfortunately.
away.
No, I know, very sad.
He went on to become the head designer over at Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, yeah, that's it.
So he was doing really big things.
No, definitely, no, I know,
But,
very sad.
He passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's very interesting though, man.
No, there we go.
Yeah. So are you more of a CP guy?
Yeah, I really definitely appreciate both. But I think for me, the first time I ever saw a goggle jacket, I thought that's the best jacket in the world. Once I'd seen that, I was like, right, that's the thing.
That's for you.
I always like, and I guess different to me, I wasn't here around for the first time for it. But my dad used to go down the football. I started off, saw my dad had a pair of Adidas trainers. Like, what are these? I've got to have them. And then it starts, your sort of classic sort of 80s casual brands. And then I think and it's the sort of, as you get a bit older, I started working in retail, had a bit more pocket money, as my parents would call it. And ever since then, it's sort of been sort of chasing that next sort of grail piece. And I guess different to me, I'm 26, 27, and I think I always like to buy things with a story. So this is from '97. It's the year I was born, and it was and even better, it was I saw it posted up on Facebook, and the gentleman who was selling it was from Cardiff. He's only 10 minutes around the corner.
Right. So you went to meet him?
Yeah, he came.
Picked it up.
Yeah, and he bought it in Selfridges, London. Probably before I was even born.
That's nice.
It's just thought,
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think
it's older than you.
Yeah, exactly, and it's probably in better shape as well. I think for me, started off with goggle jackets really. There's quite a few in here which probably not been seen before. This one, for example.
This one, that looks amazing.
This is produced in Japan. So when Osti started producing stuff in Asia as well, and it's a shorter version of the '88 goggle jacket.
I love it.
It's got a few different details to what the other ones have got. But it's great. I mean, it's got all the
this is awesome, man.
little details on it.
Yeah.
Which I really like just the old labels as well, just the extra details he used to put in.
Beautiful.
And then the classic goggles and
It's so nice.
strings.
It's so different, isn't it?
Yeah, and it came from an auction in Japan, and it was sold by the original owner. I think he may have worn it once or twice when it came. It didn't look like a 35-year-old jacket by any means.
It's beautiful. It's so different. So unique.
Yeah, and that was probably, I've always liked the sort of newer CP stuff, but ever since I bought this, it's always been a matter of chasing down more vintage.
More of the older stuff, yeah.
I think the quality's just better.
It probably is.
Like Jules was saying earlier, you know, you're not going to see someone wearing that, and I think if you're going to spend the type of money which we do, you want to make sure that, you know.
Yeah.
And then this one is a really good one. This came from continental Italy. It was on Vinted Italy, and it was interesting. The hood was missing off it, but I think it's worth mentioning a shout out to Pinners and Needles in London, who've been making the hood sleeves jackets, and they've really brought a lot of them back to life.
So they went and put the hood back. They repaired it or fixed it? Or?
They've got a pattern. They've been making the hoods for quite some time now, and they'll.
One of the originals.
Yeah, 1988. So.
Goggle, because nobody really called it Miglia until probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah, which is quite a nice point to be onto actually, because they made the standard, you know, known as the Goggle 88, nicknamed Miller Miglia now. And this is 1988, and you can see like just the extra details on them.
Yeah.
And there's a race version which says CP Company 1988, and it's got the Miller Miglia badge, and that was produced for the 1988 race. And they also produced the sort of corresponding T-shirts, and for all the race drivers had all the gear to go with it. But this was actually owned by someone who worked at CP Company back in the day. So, and again, one of the cool stories sort of had to have.
Yeah.
But then this one, I think, you know, probably one of the rarest ones you can get. It's one of two in the world. Now, typically, they'll say 1988 on it. And even the badges say 88.
Ah, okay.
But this one came from Vinted in Italy as well, and I spoke to a lady who was selling it. Her dad actually wore it in the Miller Miglia race in 1989.
What?
So when I bought it, she very kindly sent the pictures of the car he drove, a picture of him and her. I'll get them sent over. But,
that's amazing.
His name was Pierre Rossi, so even know the name of his car, know the name of him. So the cool stories.
Yeah, that's a real collect, because there's a big story to it, and all the backing of you know what happened back then. That is class.
I bought this for a friend of mine because I knew it wasn't my size. He kindly sent it back to me. He may follow me on Instagram, Tomo's Terrace.
Okay.
But he's kindly posted it back just for the video today, just because
wow.
it doesn't have a size label inside it.
It looks like it'll fit me, so I think.
Yeah. I will post it back to you, promise. With this one, then it's basically the same one, but for the race, they just repurposed it and printed it up.
Yeah.
And then one of my other favourite pieces I've got, and this is seen quite a few times in magnetic as well.
Oh, they've brought this back recently.
Yeah.
Palace did it, didn't they?
Yeah, but
A couple of years ago.
and very famous picture of little James Strawn from Cardiff wearing it in Milan back in the day, and I think ever since I saw it then I was like, oh, that's one of the pieces I've sort of got to have.
Beautiful.
But this came all the way from Ukraine.
Wow.
There's quite a big thrifting and all the stuff which gets passed around the world. I mean, probably paid pennies for it, and he shipped it back over and back in UK.
Wow.
Might have been
Original shop in Cardiff. We'll take you there now that have the CP knits. That's in High Street Arcade. So,
Okay. That is stunning, man.
and then seen throughout magnetic as well there.
yeah, the Cowdrey.
Yeah. And then
Is that a CP piece as well?
yeah, it's 30 years old. I picked it up on Depop a couple of weeks ago. Probably best bargain I've ever had. Just timeless.
How much was that?
30 quid.
No way.
You can't.
The person didn't know what they were selling,
No,
did
I don't
they?
think they did.
They did them originally in a lot of different colours. Like
Yeah.
Navy, red, yellow.
Gosh,
green.
man.
Yeah, so.
What there's so much stories behind this is what makes it so much interesting.
Absolutely.
And what I'm finding speaking to like collectors is they're going back for these older pieces. They want the story, they want the quality. They don't want kind of mass produced, lots of one item. And this is truly awesome, man. Thank you so much for sharing this. Oh, and what's up with this with the bag?
That's my bag for work.
Oh, it's for work.
Yeah.
Ah, you smooth man. You must be the
my waterproof bag.
You must be the envy of all your workmates, man. I can imagine. That is so. Yeah, that's a really nice bag. That's the Marina, right?
No, I think it's just the Oatley sort of collaboration with Stone Island. So
yeah.
I've got a merino one, but it's more sort of satchel style.
Because I've got the same one, but the one I got it from the Stone Island outlet, and it was actually the sample before. Oh yes, the backpack. Yeah, that's really nice. And then you got the waterproof. Got the waterproof.
Everything's right.
It's beautiful, lovely bag, lovely. Yeah, man, that is so interesting.
Have you got a favourite on the rail?
So this one is really standing out.
Yeah.
This one, I think that's so interesting. And this one, man. I mean, this one, I think that's really cool as well. That one. This one, just because I know they brought out this Stellina. I didn't realise that they had taken it from, ages ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the first Stone Island jackets that I remember growing up. This kind of duffel style.
I had one in red.
Yeah, they had them in loads of different colours. But when I remember the older guys from Stone Island, when I first remember, it was this jacket. So to me, that really stands out.
Winter 1990, I think they finished.
Yes, right, exactly right. So about that time, exactly. And then the CP pieces, I think these are awesome. Like this one here, and the story behind.
Yeah.
I mean, the story behind that alone makes this such an interesting jacket. The fact that it was the original person that wore it, I just think that's how many people can bring out an item and say that as part of the collection.
Only two in existence.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
I think they were produced last minute. They're just repurposed because there's a jacket in '89 they made for the race, which is a similar material and colour to that. When I went to the archive last year and I showed them pictures of it, and they weren't too sure what it was either. So it's kind of cool to know that it's kind of lost to time, but we won't know the answer either. But maybe another one will pop up in 10 years' time, and
Cool.
you'll know then.
Do you ever post this stuff on like your Instagram and stuff?
Yeah.
'Cause I wouldn't be surprised if CP was to reach out to you or something and say, look, could you help us do an archive or something?
I'd love to. I think CP are really good that they've started to recognise quite a lot of the fans. I mean, there's Darren up in Yorkshire who they went and did a piece on. He's got a huge collection. But I think it's good. I was hoping to meet up with Johan from Cambrensis and just if he wants to have a look at any of the bits, just because they're not an archive or anything down here for people. If he wants to borrow them, just looking for design inspiration, anything like that, quite happy just to lend them out and let people have a look at them.
No, wicked. Thank you so much, firstly, for sharing this and bringing it down. I know what it takes to bring a collection down. So no, seriously, man. Yeah. No, it's really appreciated. Thank you.
No problem at all.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. That is so nice.
We'll have a walk around town now and we'll show you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.